June 2026 is a convergence of several major shifts. We are tracking high-capacity capital deployments in artificial intelligence, critical climate anomaly declarations, and a significant expansion of international diplomatic channels. For candidates facing upcoming competitive exams, the margin for error is shrinking. Recognizing these specific events and understanding how they interconnect is a requirement for securing top marks in current affairs. The agenda for this month spans multiple sectors. We will examine India's push for hyperscale AI infrastructure, a looming meteorological threat to global agriculture, a historic diplomatic tour through Europe, and the crew taking humanity back to the lunar surface. Memorizing isolated headlines is no longer sufficient. Categorizing these developments into a broader strategic context is the method top-scoring candidates use to outperform the curve. Reliance Industries and Meta have formalized a partnership to construct a 168-megawatt AI-enabled data center in Jamnagar, Gujarat. This marks Meta's first built-to-suit facility within India. The infrastructure is engineered specifically to process the company's expanding global artificial intelligence workloads directly from the subcontinent. To handle the massive power requirements of AI computing, the project operates on renewable energy and utilizes desalinated seawater to cool the server architecture, minimizing its drain on local freshwater resources. While private capital builds digital infrastructure, the government is securing the physical perimeter. Union Home Minister Amit Shah recently launched the Land Port Management System, designated as Vinamay. Vinamay digitizes border operations. By establishing a single electronic window, the platform integrates gate processing with agencies like IceGate and the Border Security Force, cutting administrative paperwork by 90%. The Prime Minister then joins the leaders of the advanced economies in Evian for the G7 summit, participating in talks covering supply chain resilience, energy security, and global economic growth. Following the G7, the tour makes a historic pivot to the Slovak Republic. This is the first official state visit by an Indian Prime Minister since the nation gained independence in 1993. High-level bilateral discussions with Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico will focus on expanding defense cooperation and bilateral trade. This dual-nation approach allows India to pitch its digital public infrastructure to Western Europe, while simultaneously opening fresh diplomatic channels in Central Europe. Global economics, however, face an immediate environmental headwind. The Japan Meteorological Agency has officially confirmed the onset of a severe El Nino event in the equatorial Pacific. This chart shows the sea surface temperature anomalies recorded for the week. The deep red banding across the eastern Pacific represents temperature spikes that meteorologists warn could evolve into a super El Nino by the end of the year. For India, this oceanic warming directly threatens to delay monsoon patterns. Globally, the resulting temperature extremes pose a high risk of disruption to vital rice and wheat harvests. As the climate destabilizes, aerospace engineering pushes outward. NASA has officially named the 4-person crew for the Artemis 3 lunar mission, scheduled for launch in 2027. The roster includes pilot Luca Parmitano, marking the first time an astronaut from the European Space Agency has been assigned to an Artemis flight crew. Before attempting a lunar landing, the Artemis 3 crew will remain in Earth orbit to conduct critical rendezvous and docking tests using commercial landers developed by SpaceX and Blue Origin. Basic agricultural systems are now facing deep environmental vulnerabilities. At the same time, engineers are validating the complex systems required to return humans to the lunar surface. Turning to India's cultural sphere, veteran filmmaker Bharathi Raja has passed away in Chennai at the age of 84. Across a career spanning decades, he earned 6 national film awards. He built his legacy by rejecting the highly stylized, urban-centric formulas of the time in favor of authentic, realistic rural storytelling. By centering his films on village life and local traditions, he brought rural narratives into the mainstream, proving that regional authenticity could sustain a successful career in a historically urban-centered industry. From Meta's massive AI investment in Gujarat and the digitization of border logistics through Vinamay, to historic European diplomacy and the global economic risks of El Nino, June requires careful study. To lock in this information, download our monthly current affairs PDF and test your retention with the latest ATA 24/7 mock exams available on the app. Understanding these isolated facts is the baseline. Connecting these national, global, and scientific shifts is the strategy that will push your exam score to the top of the board.